Okay, so today we're tackling, well, what you might call a literary Everest.
That's one way to put it.
James Joyce's Finnegans Wake is, famous for being maybe the most difficult book in English.
Right.
So our goal here is to give you a kind of blueprint to map out the core ideas without getting completely lost.
And you really need a map. I mean, the background is essential. Joyce spent 17 years writing this.
17 years.
Yeah, he just called it work in progress. And when it was finally published in 1939, the reaction was not good.
Not just not good, it was hostile, right? Even from his biggest supporters.
Oh, absolutely. People like Ezra Pound, H.G. Wells, they basically said it was unintelligible. They just couldn't get behind it.
But isn't that kind of the point? I feel like the difficulty was deliberate. The medium is the message.
It is the message. He wasn't just writing in English. He built his own language, this idioglossia, using words from 50, maybe 70 different languages.
So for someone picking this up, what does that actually sound like? Is it just
It's dreamspeak.
dreamspeak? Okay.
It's the language of being half awake, where words and ideas just kind of melt into each other. Joyce said he wanted to reconstruct the nocturnal life.
He argued that clarity can't really deal with reality because being real means being surrounded by mystery.
Exactly. The language is the mystery.
So if the language is shifting and dreamlike, does that apply to the characters too? I'm thinking of the Earwicker family.
100%. They're less like stable characters and more like archetypes. They're constantly changing.
Right. So you have the father, HCE, Humphrey Chimpden Earwicker.
Whose nickname is Here Comes Everybody. So he's not just one man, he's every man. He's also Dublin itself, dealing with some kind of vague, unspoken crime.
Okay, that's a huge idea.
Mm.
If the father is the city, then his wife, ALP Anna Livia Plurabelle, she personifies the River Liffey.
She does, and her whole struggle is trying to write this letter to, exonerate her husband. So the river is constantly trying to wash the city's sins clean.
Or maybe just record them.
Or record them, yeah. And then you have their two sons, the rivals, Shem the penman, who's the artist, Joyce's alter ego, and then Sean the postman, the conformist.
And the whole thing hinges on these two questions that never get answered.
Never. First, what exactly was HCE's crime? And second, what does ALP's letter actually say? It changes every single time it's mentioned.
Which feels like it connects to the bigger structure of the whole book, this idea of the Vico cycle.
Yes, that's the blueprint, really. He took it from Giambattista Vico, an 18th century philosopher.
And Vico's idea was that history isn't a straight line, it's a circle.
It's a cycle. Vico had these 4 ages. The age of gods, then heroes, then men, and then it all devolves in a period he called the Ricorso.
And the whole thing starts over.
The whole thing reboots, and Joyce maps the book's 4 parts directly onto that cycle. The family's drama is human history's drama. Rise, fall, and then return.
Which is why the book itself is a loop.
It's literally a loop. It starts mid-sentence with River Run.
And ends with a fragment. Away alone, alas, along a fina, which flows right back to the beginning to complete the first sentence.
It's an endless cycle.
So that brings us to this final thought from Joyce, which I think ties it all together. He suggested the whole book could just be the dream of Finn McCool.
Right, the old Irish hero.
Lying dead by the River Liffey, just watching all of world history flow through his subconscious mind.
And if you think of it that way, the difficulty isn't an obstacle anymore. It's the whole point. It forces you, the reader, into that fluid, dreamlike state where everything is always repeating and renewing itself.
So the book isn't about reality. It's an architecture built to feel like reality.
Exactly, to feel like the mystery of it.